Welcome to the September edition of Highlights. EHS COA had a great summer, and we're now ready to kick off a new season.
And before we talk about the many activities and programs, we would like to discuss a sheet that you will find in your broadcaster. We have included in the broadcaster a sheet of all the exemptions that a senior, anybody 65 or older, might be eligible for to help reduce their real estate tax by a certain amount. And what EHS and the assessors would like you to do is please read the inserted sheet under each of the different exemptions and see if you might qualify with either an income or asset requirement. And then we are going to have PowerPoint presentation done later on in September, and in October we're going to have a lunch and learn and a spaghetti supper at 2 different times, and we're going to present the PowerPoint and explain what you need to do to qualify for any of the particular exemptions. There are blind exemptions, elderly exemptions, veterans exemptions. Anybody over 65 can apply, and a lot of them seem to be that you have to make, like one exemption in particular, which is a 41D. If you are a household and your income is $55,000 or less,
Okay.
you qualify.
Oh.
So
Okay.
then you come in to the assessor's office or EHS, fill out an application. You are required to show your bank statement. We don't keep it. You are required to show a license or birth certificate. We don't keep it. And the biggest thing on all of these is everything is 100% confidential. So whoever you meet with, if it's an EHS outreach person or if it's a member of the assessor's office, it's private. None of the documents are kept anywhere in this building. They give them right back to you. It's just to find out what you have as in your checking account or your savings account so that we can see that you meet the income or expense requirement. Your house is not included, so we don't look at the value of your house to say, well, oh my God, you don't qualify. There are a few people that are getting these exemptions now, but of the 1,500 seniors 65 and older, there is not nearly as many as we feel could qualify. So we're really doing a real push this year to get it out there and let everybody know these exemptions exist, and we're here to help because obviously your real estate tax isn't going down any. It goes up every year. So, and some people are struggling. You know, they're on there with Social Security and they have a house and they might have a mortgage and they're having a hard time. And if we can help them in any way, these are all state-funded programs, and none of the information goes to the state, though. It's right within the EHS assessor's office. There's also an exemption that not many people get involved in, and it really seems to be a program that really works for seniors. It's called a tax deferral, and you can defer a portion of your real estate tax, or you can defer your entire real estate tax. And the way it works is, say you defer just a portion of your real estate, say $2,000 a year, and you did that for 20 years. So that would be $40,000 that you deferred, and the town asks for 1% at the end. You can come out of the program anytime you want to. You don't pay back until you sell your house. So it's a huge savings for people. And so many people in Littleton just don't know about it. So there will be a lot more coming, but we're asking you right now to please read the spreadsheet that was sent out. And if you have questions, you can call 978-540-2412, which is the assessor's office, or 978-540-2470, which is EHS, and we will put you right in with one of our outreach people who will help you in any way. So I think that's it for now, and then we'll talk more as we go through the month.
I was impressed when I saw the spreadsheet of how many exemptions there are. And it is true that people don't know about it. And there's probably a lot of people that could qualify. So be sure you look at it and see if you think you qualify.
For instance, the one I told you about, 55,000 or less, only 7 people in Littleton are taking that exemption out of 1,500 people. There has to be more people who qualify for that. They just don't know about the exemption, or they may not even know about the blind exemption. And for the blind exemption, you just need a certificate of blind that you get every year anyway, and you just show that, and you get $1,000 off your taxes. I mean, there's so much out there that's available that when I talk to people, they just don't know about them.
Well, I think that's true. I mean, you know, or either people don't know about them, or they think an exemption would be so hard to qualify for that they aren't even going to look at it. Like, there's no way I could qualify, let's say, is what they're saying. And now with this sheet, maybe there are some things on there that you could qualify for. So look over the sheet.
I know I worked in the assessor's office for 30 years, and I worked with a lot of people that came in and filled out these applications. And they were surprised. First of all, it's really easy to fill out. The person that you talk to never shares the information with anybody. And a lot of people were able to get money off. And then there's another whole separate program that's just for veterans. And there's a veterans exemption if you're 10% disabled. There's one if you're 100% disabled. There's one if you are a Gold Star mother, or if you are a veteran who got a Purple Heart. There are so many exemptions that nobody knows about. And when you talk to the people, they say, oh my God, I didn't know that. So that's what we're doing this year. We're doing a real strong push.
That's one of our pushes for the year. One of our goals for the year is to get the information
and
out
hopefully
there.
A lot of people will come to the luncheon in October, and will come to the spaghetti supper in October, and there will be people there that can meet with you individually, or they'll make an appointment and you can come in at a later date and ask more questions.
But get full information, and really, there must be people out there that could use this, that it applies to, that we could help. And that's the whole goal. Okay. Well, that was a lot of information, but it's good. It's
got to get it out.
We need to get it out there. Also, speaking of exemptions, there is another program in town, TREAD, which is tax relief for the elderly and disabled. And that program is for seniors or disabled, so people may apply for that also. But that program is fully funded by donations. It is not a state program, it's not a town program. Well, it's a town program.
It's a state program, but the state doesn't fund it.
Exactly, thank you. That's a better way of putting it. So this year there are a larger number of applicants, and there is not as much money in the fund. So we need to have you or people out there that are able to please help that fund. and you can write a check to the EHS, and on the memo put that it's for the TRED fund.
Right.
Okay, that sums up our taxes and
I hope so
exemptions
for today.
For now. Wait for more to come, please.
Yeah, a lot more is coming.
A lot more is coming. Okay, so now for the highlights of programs and activities in September. But first, we keep doing this to ourselves. There are some reminders from the Outreach Department of Littleton's Department of Elder and Human Services. Medicare open enrollment period will begin in October 15th. But in order to prepare yourself for that period of time, join Alicia Rigo, the Shine Counselor, on Wednesday, September 27th at 10 a.m. in room 230 for conversation and information. And she will explain how to make an appointment during the open enrollment period, what to bring with you, as well as at that point she will also answer some general Medicare questions. So call to register for that program, 978-540-2470.
And on Thursday, September 28th at 12 o'clock in room 103, there will be an educational lunch and learn with a representative from Alzheimer's Association on healthy living. Following the presentation and lunch, there will be a mini walk to show support for Alzheimer's Association. The walk will go from Town Hall to the center of town and back. You do not have to participate in the walk to attend the lunch and learn, so please call to register.
That sounds interesting to get information. And September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. If you or someone you know is experiencing a mental health crisis, call or text 988 immediately. And you can also chat on the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline or text NAMI to 741-741 to be connected to a free trained crisis counselor on the crisis text line. All of that information is in the broadcaster. I know that was a lot to give out at once, but it's important to keep those numbers available.
There's also mental health and wellness referral service through the William James interface, available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 888-244-6843. This is a free confidential referral service for Littleton residents. Callers are matched with providers, meeting location, insurance, and specialty needs of the caller. So the outreach coordinator, Amy and Alicia, would also like to remind you of the conversation groups available: anxiety group, living alone and living well group, and the caregiver support group. For all information, check the broadcaster.
There's a lot of programs that the outreach department offers, so that's good. Now into some other programming. There are 3 special programs in September that will focus on wellness. Importance of posture. On September 27th at 1 p.m. in room 230. The Life Care Center will provide education and exercises to enhance good posture and increase balance. I think we could all use that. Light refreshments will be provided by Life Care Center.
That's good.
Yeah.
A lunch and learn program, Dangers of Dehydration, presented by River Court residents and Ascent Hospice, will be held on Wednesday, September 20th at 12 o'clock in the multipurpose room. Space is limited to only 75 participants, so please call to register at 978-540-2470.
That sounds like it's got a lot of good information. And lunches and
you get a lunch.
And a lunch. Hey, good. And then another one is adapting to change as you age. consideration for post-hospitalization care. What a mouthful. Thursday, September 28th, from 7 to 8 in the evening, and it's via Zoom. So
Okay,
it's not
that's different.
Right. This is put on by Emerson Health's panel of experts, and they will provide information on selecting a secondary health care setting versus aging in place, recuperation at home following hospitalization with rehab services provided, managing medication, and available support for caregivers. Sounds like the program's got a lot of information.
Yeah.
This free program is provided by Emerson's Community Benefits Program. Contact Amy Catano at 978-287-3084 to register. Again, that information is all in the broadcaster.
Okay, and another special program in the month of September is going to be the AARP Smart Driver Safety Course. And it's on Thursday, September 21st, and it goes from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in room 103. This updated course is designed specifically for drivers age 50 and older, because laws and rules have changed along the way, and all of us old people have forgotten.
Let's hope we haven't forgotten, but
we're just not up to speed.
We're not up to speed to maybe some new laws.
Yeah.
Right.
There is no road test
No.
that you have to pass. You may be eligible to receive an insurance discount upon completing the course. Consult your insurance agent for details. AARP membership is not required. The fee is $20 for AARP members and $25 for non-members. A light lunch will be provided by EHS. Space is limited to 20 individuals. Register at EHS 978-540-2470.
I registered for that when they were holding it before, and then something happened. I couldn't make it, and so I'll try again. A program that sounds very intriguing is Regional Food Favorites from Yesterday and Today.
That does sound like fun.
I know. Monday, September 25th at 1 o'clock in room 230. And put your knowledge of local foods and brands to the test. It's going to be a Jeopardy style program.
It's going to be a game.
It's going to be like a game. Talking about local foods and brands. Interesting. Call to register 978-540-2470. And speaking of food, now we get to highlight all those events that focus on food, and they're very popular each month. So first of all, celebrate the end of a fun summer with a strawberry shortcake social on Thursday, September 21st at 1:30 in the multipurpose room in the courtyard. Please call to register. And this does overlap by half an hour that AARP driving class. But attend the class and come later for the strawberry shortcake. Come later for dessert. It works. And then Kimball's ice cream trip.
I did that in the spring.
That's right.
I did.
There's another one. Wednesday, September 20th at 2:30. A free ice cream for seniors that are 60 plus. And it will be with the towns of Acton, Littleton, and Boxborough.
Yeah.
So please RSVP. It's required no later than September 15th. And this is made possible by a grant from China. And contact Cheryl Ball at 978-929-6453 to register.
And that was a big event. There were a lot of people there.
Okay.
Yes. Now, a very special announcement. Gail is back. The senior diner will be open for lunch daily, Monday through Friday at noon. Stop by for a full lunch, including a drink and a dessert. And you may take it to go or you can eat it at the diner. The menu for the month is in the broadcaster. Call 781-325-6955 7879 by 11 a.m. the day before to request a meal. So it's the day before.
Right.
And donation is suggested at $2.
That's good to have it back, because that will be helpful.
Yeah, a lot of
too.
people miss that over the summer.
Right. Women's breakfast is Wednesday, September 13th at 8 o'clock. And men's breakfast is Wednesday, September 20th at 8 o'clock. Charlie, our chef Charlie, and his crew will prepare a made-to-order breakfast. There is no cost. It's held in the senior diner. And there is no cost thanks to the Friends of the COA who are sponsoring it.
Right.
And the Veterans Breakfast on Wednesday, September 27th at 7:30 is prepared by the Littleton Police Department. And veterans of all ages are welcome, and there is no cost for that either.
Now, I'm sure you all have heard of the Romeo and the Juliet breakfast. So this month, the Romeo Men's Breakfast Club on Friday, September 8th, will go to Club Car Cafe in Concord, and on Friday, September 22nd, to the Stowe Cafe in Stowe. The Juliet Women's Breakfast Club will be on Friday, September 15th at the Club Car Cafe in Concord, and on Friday, September 29th at the Stowe Cafe in Stowe. Both of these groups, the van will leave at 8:30, and you need to call 978-844-6809 to register for the van. If you're going to drive your own car, you have to call 978-540-2470 to register. And the interesting thing is, last month, the Juliet and Romeo, they went to the Dream Diner in Tingsboro. And for the Juliet breakfast, there were 20 of us there.
Wow, that's a good.
It just keeps growing.
That's a big turnout.
Every month it gets
That's
bigger
exciting.
and bigger. So let's keep it going, ladies and men.
Right.
The restaurant hoppers will be held on Monday, starting in September.
Right. That's a change of day. It used to be on Tuesdays.
Tuesday.
Now it's going to be on Mondays.
Yeah. And on
That's
Monday,
good.
September 25th at 12:30, we will be going to Bertucci's Italian Restaurant in Chelmsford. The van will leave Town Hall at 12:30. You need to call 978-844-6809 for the van ride, or 978-540-2470 if you're going to drive yourself.
Okay. Does that get a good group too? I wonder.
I don't know. I haven't.
have not been to.
I didn't get
restaurant
involved
hopper.
in that yet, so I don't know how
It'll
that's
be
working.
interesting. Yeah. So now we have a very special announcement for a very special lady.
That's right.
Yes, there will be a dedication of a plaque honoring Millie McGovern for her lifelong service to the town of Littleton. This will take place on September 15th at 6:30 p.m. at the ticket booth at Alumni Field. Perfect place for honor Millie. Of course, there's lots of places in town
Well,
to be
you
able
couldn't
to
put enough plaques up to
No.
honor Millie.
to honor Millie, but
But this, I heard, I haven't seen it, but I have heard, it's a beautiful plaque, and it's not the usual men, really rough. It's more of a feminine one.
Oh, good.
And I've heard it's really beautiful, so we should all attend that at 6:30 on the
6:30,
15th.
and that's the first home game.
First home game, right. A couple of heads up or save the date notices that are in the broadcaster for September, so you can call on September 1st to register. The annual police and fire barbecue will be October 4th at noon at the fire station, but you can sign up
Now.
in September.
Right, and that's a
Big one.
popular one and fills up quickly.
Yeah. And then also on Monday, October 2nd, you can treat yourself to a spa treatment at EHS.
I know.
What I'm excited about is the 15-minute massages are back.
I know. It says, yeah.
And I used to do those, and let me tell you, it's
were good.
cool.
Okay.
It's cool. I never did they never had manicures or pedicures before, or facials, but this is all new. And it's $15 per treatment. And it's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in room 230. Space is limited, so call to register for your service. And it's at 978-540-2470. Those massages with the hot rocks on your back were just fabulous.
Okay.
Fabulous.
All right. So there's a lot happening in September, and it looks as though it will be a very busy fall season. And we hope to see you at some of these activities.
Yes, and thanks for watching.
And see you next month.
Next month again.